Hello, this video is going to be about understanding identity and the idea of I am and what that means. In a lot of different teachings, this phrase, these two words, I am, appears. And I want to discuss what this means. Because I admit it confused me for some time as to what people were talking about when they referred to this I am. Now this sense before all the senses, which is the sense that I am, is the fundamental ground of all your experiences. It cannot be understood by your mind, cannot be conceptualized, it can't be emotionally felt by your body, it can't be sensed through your body. It is before that, prior to that, but not in terms of time. It is outside of time, one could say, or independent of the idea of time. It is always experienced in the now, whether or not you're conscious of experiencing it or not. The sense that I am is the sense that all things share. It's the one defining characteristic shared by all. The nature that I am. The identity, the belief to be a person, is like an onion. You peel back all the layers, all the conditioning, and there was nothing to the onion except for the layers themselves. The layers themselves of the onion, the layers of your personality, identity, and your belief in a sense of self that is separate. It's just that, a belief. And when you peel back all these layers, not through force or through struggle, what is left is I am. And it's what's always been there as well. It does not require any skill or knowledge to recognize that I am. It is the most fundamental experience. It's not even an experience. It cannot be experienced in the way that we experience the world, for it is what the world appears in. I think that this term, I am, deserves more explanation around it. If your mind struggles with this kind of idea. Because I remember from the perspective of being a person trying to understand these things, it didn't really click. It would be confusing. I could see how if someone said, all is I am, they just wouldn't get it because those words are so simple. And one might still believe that they have to seek some exotic experience or some type of revelation outside of the fact that I am. Here's a bonus. In terms of making choices and decisions in the world, any decision which arises in the moment from the sense of I am is a good decision. Any decision in the moment which arises from the sense of I am somebody, or I am this or that, or something specific, some type of personal identity, is not as good of a decision. And remember, I use these words of good and not as good very lightly. There is no objective duality here that you should cling to of what decisions are good and bad. That's why I didn't even use the word bad. I would go so far as to say that the sense that I am is your true self. Not whatever conditioning and personality and story that you tell yourself about your life. And I know that may be hard to hear, but it's true. And no matter what, don't create a conditioned new story about feeling bad for not living from this I am presence, or whatever way you want to conceptualize it. Because that's just a new identity. That's just a new story. Not you. So if you wish to live from being you and not from being someone who suffers, recognize that I am, from your perspective, obviously, and then realize that there is no one who suffers. All of the concepts of being an individual person who suffers are just that. They're a concept and a belief. But they are not your reality. They're not you. It's true, they are what appears in you sometimes, but they are not you. You are only the sense that I am. anything beyond this sense of I am is just icing on the cake. It is not necessarily good or bad, but it is not you. And if you wish to know yourself as I am, and live from this sense that I am, that's all you have to do. Because you already are. It is not something you have to attain outside of yourself, but simply to recognize that you already are. I love you.